Good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm with my good friend Khan. How are you, Khan?
Hi, Arash. I'm well. How are you?
Great. Now, Khan and I, we've been working together for about 4 years. We've been doing some really interesting stuff together, and we're starting a series of videos that we both are going to share some of those fascinating stuff that we've been doing together.
Yeah, a lot of the insights and just stories and anecdotes, and just see where it goes.
Absolutely. Just sharing ideas and techniques and things that's worked for us. So Khan and I, we both come from a programming background. We used to be software engineers, and we kind of still are. I mean, we can both still code, and we've been in touch with the community. But something along the way, as we were coding and writing as a software engineer, something came along that changed both our lives. What was that, Khan?
That was systems thinking.
Yes. Systems thinking, the magic word, absolutely. And what we want to share with you today is just a little bit of a general idea of one of the flavors of systems thinking that we've been using and how it has impacted us. So tell us, Khan, tell us about the Vanguard systems thinking method, and what do you think about it?
All right. So the Vanguard method is a way of taking the lean manufacturing that you probably have heard of from Toyota and other big organizations, and applying that to service organizations like contact centers and government departments and things like that. And the whole premise is around understanding the system, understanding why you're in a company and why customers are approaching you, and how you go about organising yourselves to deliver your value to your customers.
Absolutely. And one of the big themes in the Vanguard systems thinking method is purpose and having purposeful organizations. So what do you think about that? What does Vanguard teach us about that?
Vanguard's got a concept called outside in. I don't know if it's exclusive to Vanguard, but that was where I first heard about it. And the whole premise is simply you can't read the label on a jar by being inside the jar. And what that means in practice is that you have to take a look at your organisation, not from the team or the function that you were hired to do, but actually take a step back and look at how your customers and all the other people that you deal with to produce an outcome organised to produce that outcome, and what's going on for those customers. How do they achieve their, the whole thing that they're engaging you guys for in the first place?
Absolutely. And I think the really interesting analogy with manufacturing is, say for example in Toyota, say you're building a car, right? There are different people doing different things. One person is installing the tires, the other one is painting the car, the other one is polishing the car, and things like that. If you ask them each, what's your job? They're not going to say, my job is to paint the car or install it. They say, my job is, I'm making cars, right? That's my job, I'm building cars. Same, in a service organization. If you ask someone, what's your job? Are they going to say, I provide, for example, financial services to this particular sector of people and things like that? Or are they going to say, I'm a programmer, I'm a customer representative, I'm a business development manager, right?
Yes. I am a cog in a larger wheel, and yes, this is what my LinkedIn says, and this is what box you put me in.
Absolutely. And when we have that type of thinking, it's all siloed, and people think about optimizing their own jobs rather than optimizing it from the customer's perspective, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You naturally just want to make your life easier, like everyone. They want the path to least resistance, and that's totally fine. But sometimes what happens is that everyone's optimized for themselves. Those optimizations make other parts worse, and even worse is not even just other teams, but the end client ends up paying for it because they have worse wait times, or they can't get clarity about where their requests are at, and all that kind of thing.
Absolutely. And we have all felt the pain when dealing with service providers, be it health, telecom, insurance, banks, whatever. We all know it.
Oh yes. Yep.
You know how painful it can be. And the thing with Vanguard is it gives us a lot of tools and techniques to build that purposeful organization, which we will be taking you through in this series, and we'll be sharing our personal experience and what we've been doing too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's not talked about enough in the industry. There's not a lot of mention about the Vanguard, so I think it's good to talk about it, and then where we took our flavour of it and how we started applying Vanguard influenced things.
Absolutely, Con. So we will be posting more videos. This was a good introduction, and we will be sharing more videos like this with you guys soon. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed it.